Oh, ho, 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 everyone. Merry Christmas and all of that. I am finally back in my own home since a few weeks back after a 2 month long exile to a temporary apartment due to some bathroom renovations. The move back is one of many reasons for my absence of late, but yeah, there we go. Also, my plaster cast is gone. I'm officially unbroken. And tomorrow we'll head even further up north and also inland, up to my in-laws over Christmas, because our current location doesn't provide enough of the hellscape that is northern Sweden in the wintertime. No, we crave even more snow, shorter days, and even lower temperatures, and I'm kind of looking forward to it, actually. Anyway, before I fetch our rental car, I thought I'd post something at least, and that something is some initial thoughts on the first 5 chapters, the first sub-book, if you like, of Return of the Crimson Guard by Ian C Esselmont, a novel of the Malazan Empire. And I gotta be honest, it's been a struggle. I have considered quitting a few times, but I did push forward, and I think it actually became a bit better towards the end of chapter 4 and into chapter 5. However, I have a sneaking suspicion that we are gearing up for a number of military conflicts, and fight and battle scenes are not my favorite thing, to say the least. It has to be a pretty good writer in order to keep my attention when it comes to battles, and we'll see if Esselmont is up to par. I will now. I will finish this one probably. I won't give up that easily, and I know with regards to the Ice Book that they improve over time. And having read Knight of Knives, I know that he's a competent writer. But in Knight of Knives, he did his own thing. He focused on one setting over just a few days with two main POVs, and that meant that Malas City got a distinct feel to it, and the characters were fleshed out, and the plot was focused, all leading to this nice addition to the Malazan world. In Return of the Crimson Guard, I get the feeling, I mean, he's doing more of a classic Malazan thing as established by Erickson. So all the elements that I enjoyed in Knight of Knives kind of goes out through the window. I have a hard time separating different locations. In the book, there are two sieges going on, and I have a hard time. I have a hard time separating the two sieges that appears in the beginning of the book, and I have a really hard time separating between the major players in them. Also, there are some major characters that I don't particularly care about, at least not yet, and especially among the Malazan soldiers. Also, I don't care very much about Traveler either. The only time I've found him interesting in the Book of the Fallen was his brief appearance in the early part of House of Chains, but that was mainly because of how Shadowthrone and Cotillion reacted to his presence. And speaking of battle scenes, the one in the beginning, where there is a mage in a tower and the Crimson Guard are trying to take him down, that's a scene that felt more like something out of the Black Company books, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I kind of enjoyed the Black Company books, at least the 3, maybe 4 that I read a few years back. But here, for some reason, it just felt a bit out of place, or maybe it is because it's written in a different way um, than how Erickson writes his fighting scenes. So, not necessarily a bad thing, just something that stood out a bit. Not surprisingly, my favorite aspects of the book so far, and this is also the reason I looked forward to reading this book in the first place, and that's all of this the scheming and plotting that is going on in Unta. I came to this book with a craving for information on the power struggle of which we get no information at all in the Book of the Fallen. We only get a brief mention of the outcome in one of the later books. So any time that Malik Rel or Corbel Odom or Lassine is on the page, I'm loving it. I really like that. And here I think Esselmont is almost on par with Erickson when it comes to making, these larger than life characters feel human. So yeah, I'll keep on going. I hope to make some progress with the book over the holidays. And that's about it. I can also mention that my book club at work that I've mentioned a few times, we will be reading Terry Pratchett's The Hogfather as our annual Christmas read. So I'm thrilled to revisit Discworld for the first time in, I don't know, 20 years at least. So that'll be fun. Anyway, happy holidays everyone. If you see a mule, kill it, and I'll see you in the next one.